Okay, so I have recorded this about 100 times. That's hyperbole. It's been like 6 times tonight. And I didn't realize until I curled up in bed that it did not record well the last time. Thought I had that nailed. Anyway, so I decided I'm going to do a very shortened version of this right now while I'm laying in bed. So, I've been looking at the 4 areas of my life. Been looking at physical health, mental health, financial health, and spiritual health. And I've had kind of some updates in the past week on all 4 categories. We'll start with financial health. Sorry, my nose is itching. Financial health, I have made an appointment for the end of the month to talk to the counselor for retirement to kind of get the lay of the land of where I am. Technically, in about 4 years, I could retire, but you always need to know your financial situation. So, meeting with the counselor at the end of the month. So, there's a little financial thing for you. With mental, I'm having some anxiety these days. I do struggle with anxiety, but I don't have like those, the rapid heartbeat and the panic attacks. Mine presents more as I can't take a good deep breath. Sometimes my asthma, those 2 things it's kind of hard to determine which is which, but right now it's a little anxiety. Usually that comes along with those crazy back to school dreams, and it does not help that all these people, Walmart, Target, really stop putting out all the back to school stuff so early. People stop talking about trying to shove your kids back in school. I need a break. We all need a break. Stop. You're not helping any. Anyway, I'm also teaching a new class that I've never taught this year. So, there's lots going on, but it's just can't take good deep breaths. I'll be fine. I've done this for years. It'll be all right, but it's not fun. Last week, it was definitely asthma with all the smoke that was in the air and all the storms rolling through. And there's a lot of wheezing that goes along with the asthma. This is just a lot of yawning, sometimes some hiccups, but mostly yawning because you can't get a good deep breath, so you yawn. I don't know if y'all are aware of that, but those 2 things kind of happen together. With mental health, also comes trying to stay in contact with my family. I went to see my family last week, and I'm 51, but still, the first thing my dad said was, "When was the last time you checked the oil?" He didn't like my answer, so we checked the oil immediately. I talk to my mama every day. She's my lifeline. My brothers, I miss them. I don't ever get to see them. They come in. I see them like on Thanksgiving, and then I get super emotional because I miss them. My brother-in-law is amazing. He takes great care of my sister. He's good to my family. We love him. He has been the best addition ever. My sister, I can't imagine my life without her. I love her so much. I have great friends. I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. So incredibly blessed, and I never forget it. So I have the best support system that one could ever ask for. So mental health. Also, there is a book that a very good friend of mine recommended to me probably at least a year ago, and I bought it. I haven't read it because it's nonfiction, and I don't like to read nonfiction, but I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to read it. The title of it is You Are the Placebo, and it's about the mind-body connection. So I'm hoping that when I get into it, it's more about how to reduce stress, because everybody knows that when your body is under a great deal of stress, it does take a detrimental physical toll on your body. And I'm hoping that it is more showing that connection and how to lower your risk of having physical complications because of your mental state, because of your stress level. If it becomes new agey and kind of law of attraction-y, I'll be out on that because that's not my thing. But we'll see. Now, spiritually, my sister gave me a book. In fact, I have it here with me because my Bible is typically on the bed with me when I go to bed. So she gave me one. It's called Women of the Word, and it's to help study the Bible. I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to biblical things, you're not going to prove anything to me with one scripture. I cannot stand hearing a sermon where the minister uses one scripture and like the two before and the two after and calls it a day. You didn't prove anything to me. Any scripture can be taken out of context, A. And B, if you can't show me multiple times in the Bible where that same idea is used in different contexts, then you haven't proved to me that wasn't just about one specific person, biblical person, or one specific situation. You can't prove to me that that's about any situation that means that for everybody. If we didn't see it anywhere else in the Bible, I don't mean, verbatim, but the same idea. So don't just give me one scripture and call it a day and think you're proving anything to me. I'm not going to be convinced by pathos, by emotion. Now, I will cry with you. I will get angry with you, whatever, but I'm not going to believe it just because you got to my emotions. I need proof, which is why Bible study is hard for me, because I need proof. I need to see it in many contexts. I am trying really hard. There have been times in life when I have felt so close to God, when I am reading my Bible, I am praying, I am watching a lot of sermons. There have been times in my life. I have this incredible ADD that has developed as I've gotten older. So it's really hard for me to stay focused to pray like I want to. So I write my prayers, and I also have a prayer journal that's called, the title of it, I think it's over here with me, is But God. Looks like this. And it has a place, when you look inside it, it has a place to put, it's over this side, it has a place for you to put your praises, to put your confessions, to put your requests and petitions, and to make notations when God has answered your prayers. So that's nice as well. The book that my sister gave me, it'll be different for me reading that, because I don't know that I've ever read a book on prayer, really, about Bible study that wasn't written by or connected to Priscilla Shirer, because I love her. But, I'm really interested right now in fighting for my spiritual growth as well. Now, the last one, I've saved the wonkiest one for last, my physical, where I'm working toward my physical health. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday where they did blood work, and I was not at all surprised that everything didn't come back exactly as I had hoped, because quite frankly, for 5 or 6 months, I've done nothing but eat absolutely everything I have no business eating. And I know I'm not supposed to eat it, but I've eaten it anyway, in spades. So the fact that it wasn't worse was actually a shock. First of all, my blood pressure yesterday was great. It was 122/75. I'll take that. My CBC panel, my liver and kidney functions look great, which with the medications I'm on, they keep a close eye on that. My thyroid function was great. Have a family history of thyroid cancer, so I like that. My A1C and my LDL, however, were both up some. So they're not where we want them to be. They're not scary like they were first time when I was first diagnosed, but they're up more than they need to be. My doctor she's like, well, we can tweak your medication. We can add some. I don't want to do that. I don't want to live my life on pharmaceuticals. So I am going to go 3 months full on with low carb and drinking mostly water. Because low carb is really good for a type 2 diabetic, and I just feel so much better when I'm doing low carb. I've done it multiple times in my life. I always feel better after like the first week or two. First week or two really do suck, I ain't gonna lie. But I want to do 3 months hardcore. And then when I go back, for the follow-up, hopefully my numbers will be much better. My goal is to get to the point where with diet and exercise, I can be weaned off of the meds completely, kind of put it into remission. But I'm telling you, I knew, and I told my doctor, I said, I have just eaten junk, and I know this. Now, here are the bad things that go with that. First of all, it means I have to cook at home. Can I cook? Yes, I can cook. Do I want to cook? No. No. I'm a good cook, but I don't want to. In theory, I could say, oh, well, it'll save money. But if you've been to the grocery store lately, you know that might not even be true. I will miss eating out all the time with my girls because, that's a great social scene. I love to go eat with my friends, but I'm going to have to cut it back. And, unless we're going someplace with really good salads or where I can get a really good steak and steamed broccoli and I have to get my self-discipline back in check. I do not make good choices when I am going out to eat. I do not make good choices, and I know it. I know it. So there you have it in a nutshell. My update for the week. Anyway, I guess, in 3 months I'll see how it goes, but I'm going to really try to, no, I'm not going to try. I am going to keep myself on the straight and narrow because I didn't like that my numbers were up some. That's not where they need to be. So we're going to take those bad boys back down and we're going to get me off these meds. So I hope you have a great day, great night, whatever time it is right now for you. Make good choices and don't do drugs.